Ramble.
Quick shout out to our sponsors, Wix and Casper. Thanks so much for supporting today's show. Hello and welcome to the TryPod. We are the Try Guys. This is the official TryPod of the Try Guys. It's a podcast. This is a podcast. It's called the TryPod. We're the Try Guys. We're guys who try stuff. We're best friends. Are you still in? Is everybody still in? We're still in.
That was perfectly imperfect.
You know, I just finished sending a text about something completely different.
What was the text about?
It was about scheduling some furniture to be delivered.
Ooh. You sounded like Scooby-Doo just there.
Ooh. Like, how does Scooby talk?
You getting some furniture?
But here we are. We're best friends. We try stuff, and we're doing a podcast. This is
Here we are. We're best friends.
Here we are. We're best friends. We're feeling good. Maybe you're watching this on youtube.com/TryPod. Is that what our URL
Will
is?
be.
Great.
Don't have it yet.
Maybe you're listening to it on the podcast service of your choice. Either way, it's the same podcast.
Wait a minute. We film all of our podcasts for...
Yeah.
So we have to look nice for every one of these?
I'm nervous because I sweat a lot in the summer, and we're getting into the summer, and now, like, you're just going to, like, here's where we are at the beginning of the podcast.
It's a small dollop of sweat.
Yeah, that's just a little, like...
I just put this shirt on.
Wow.
No,
So
that's
we'll
quite a
check
bit.
in 45 minutes or so.
Oh, man.
Are we, a question, and joining us as always is our podcast gremlin, Miles Bonsignore. Say what up to the people.
What's up, Miles Nation?
That's not what they're called. Miles, did we turn off the AC for, like, the sound, or what's going on?
I believe it is on, but it is just cooler in the main part of the office.
We also put up a big paper wall in front of where we get the air for this room.
It's not going to get cool anytime soon. You know, it's real central AC in this house, as in it only heats and cools the center of the house.
And we're sort of on the south wing.
Yes,
wait,
the south wing.
Do you guys sweat a lot?
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
I think that's a very interesting personality trait you find out about close
Not
friends.
a personality.
Yeah, you are
a
a
personality.
You
have a sweaty personality.
That's not my personality.
Well, I mean, some people run hot, some people run cool. I think it's related.
Right? You start noticing, like, oh yeah, Jenny is a sweater.
Like, do you
hear
probably
me, Jenny.
get hot more often than you get cold, Keith, right?
I'm on fire all the time.
That's me.
Oh.
I'm wearing a sweatshirt for looks, and it's killing me.
What about, where do you guys sweat from?
my pits. Only my pits. Like my back sweats maybe if I'm like wearing a backpack at Disneyland, but typically it's only my armpits. Nowhere else.
You ready for this? I'm a head sweater.
Oh, when I eat spicy food, my head sweats.
But I don't pit sweat. In fact, you guys know this and you think I'm crazy, but I really seldom wear deodorant. And by seldom, I mean
crazy.
I have not worn deodorant since we started this new company. Once. I have not once worn deodorant.
What about...
Give me a whiff.
I don't really want to.
People always
Miles, you want to get in here?
Yeah, let me get in
You
there.
want to get in here? There's nothing. It's the absence of smell. This is an interactive podcast.
Smells like... It still smells
What do you
like...
smell, Miles?
It smells a little like laundry.
Well, that's because this is a shirt that was in our closet. So you're
Yeah.
smelling the shirt, not the boy.
Wow. What about antiperspirant?
I can't because I have I have really sensitive skin, and so anything I put on my frail body gives me horrible rashes.
I'm the worst type of sweater.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a palm sweater.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I sweat there too.
Wait.
Maybe
Let's
I-
shake hands.
That's
Let's shake
true.
hands.
Eugene's never touched any of us.
Not right now. It's the idea of shaking someone's hand
Makes you
makes
nervous?
my palm sweat, and then so I have to like.
Do your knees get weak as well when your palms get sweaty?
Mom spaghetti.
This is like our
Sweater
favorite
already?
song to quote.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but I shout out to all the people who have sweaty palms out there. It's debilitating. It's the worst.
Yeah.
What do you think is worse, a sweaty palm or sweaty pits? Because you can hide the palm.
I'll tell you what's worse. It's what I suffer from, which is utter and complete
You get sweaty
ass sweat.
Oh, no.
I sweat so much in my crotch and my butt that in Chicago I wrote a sketch called Swamp Ass.
Yeah.
It was a song about it was a song
what it's
about
called.
a guy that had a bunch like swamp ass all the time.
I don't have a sweaty butt.
I'm so, like literally. I feel like I am just sitting in a pool of my
Oh
own
God.
sweat right now.
Is it too late to start the podcast over?
All these podcasts are so gross.
Zach, if you reach your hand down here,
Wait, Zach, did they say
in my crotch, you will
Hey,
feel
Ned,
some dampness.
My buddy Zach, come on down here, give it a sniff.
Zach, did they say swamp ass in New York?
They did, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I thought that
known.
was a Southern thing.
No, swamp ass, I believe,
national?
has swept the nation.
Okay,
Wow.
swamp ass is sweeping the nation.
There are
Swass.
there are regional phrases. You know, a weird one, and you guys, every
crouch.
one of my friends hates me for this. When if there's a line, I say I'm standing on line.
And I'm like, they're using dial-up or a wireless router to be
Yeah,
online.
and-
Was that what New
Wait,
Yorkers
that's
say?
what you say? You're at Disneyland. You're
I'm
about
online.
to get into a ride.
He's online, yeah.
And it's a weird. I'm not going to speak
I don't
for
like
all
it.
of New York, but I know that is a New York thing, and exclusively New York. We say that we're online, whereas everyone else says they're in line.
You know how much I adore New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate what you just said. That would be so. It's in line.
But to me, I don't even
Inline.
think. To me, inline is skating. I don't know why. I'm like, oh, that sounds too. I don't know.
Inline is skating?
Inline
What
skating.
world
Skates?
are you living in?
crazy.
I don't hear it differently. If you say I'm standing in line, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
Wait, what's another phrase that you say from your region that people get confused by?
Oh, there's a weed smoking phrase. Don't people say smoke out or smoke down?
I've
In
never heard
Tennessee?
smoke down.
A smoke out.
I smoke out. I've heard for sure.
Not
Yeah.
too big into the culture.
Was that
I
Old South?
always heard people saying smoke up, but I've heard people say smoke out, and I've heard people say smoke down in different parts of the
Smoke
country.
down smoke out is like when you're like you are going to cover your friend, right?
Yeah, and so smoke up is the same thing.
I've never heard smoke up or smoke down. What
Smoke
about
down? I heard is just when you're gonna go smoke.
it's been so long since I used the bowl, but like Scooby snacks or what'd you call like the little?
Scooby snacks.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Lingo.
Yeah. It's just when there's ash that gets in your mouth.
Huh.
Huh?
Not fun.
What?
It's the worst part of it.
At the
What's
end,
that?
when you're smoking out of a bowl, I guess we're going here.
I don't want to go here.
Welcome
we
back to
just
Talking
asked.
420.
Listen, we're a very diverse group of friends, and all of us have different
It's
views
legal.
on
It's
it's
everything
legal.
else.
Look,
yeah.
if it's okay. For
And Zach,
you
you're
to-
constantly making jokes about it in videos. People
I'm
know
making
by
jokes
now.
about it. Also, now I actually rely on. I stopped smoking weed for a long time, and now I rely on it for managing chronic pain.
Yeah.
So it helps me. Like I have a little CBD dropper that sometimes I take here in the office, even.
Yeah.
But yeah, weed's been really helpful for me.
Sometimes you just get really blazed and go have pizza. I mean, that's a thing you do in life.
We did that.
It's legal. I think it's it's the same as drinking. It's exactly the same. It's
And
actually
I
a lot
quit alcohol.
safer. Yeah.
It's funny. I tell people now that I'm sober because it's the easiest thing when people offer me drinks and like, oh, I'm like, oh yeah, but I still smoke weed though. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I tell you guys this week? Very exciting. I crossed off a bucket list item.
No.
Yeah, and a very minor one.
Which one was it?
I'm trying to think if I tell the story or if I just drop
Just drop it.
it and then I'll tell you the
Drop
story.
it in the bucket.
I was at a restaurant and someone got up and left, and I ate their leftovers.
Yes. 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 I'm so excited. I'm so
Wait,
proud of you.
a stranger?
A stranger's leftovers at a
Wait.
table next to me.
Okay, context of what's the type of restaurant?
Sorry, that was on your bucket list?
Yeah, my entire
One of the things you dream of doing before you die?
Keith is with me.
I'm so with you.
You always see someone just leave behind a perfect, beautiful meal, and you're like, wow, I didn't order that, but I just want to know what it's like.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go order a
What
whole
did you
thing.
eat? What
What
did
was it?
you
What was
eat?
the item?
I ate a slice of cake. It was...
Okay.
I expected like some French fries.
no.
A big ass slice of
It
cake.
was a slice of...
Did they just eat half
It
of
was
it?
a slice. I was at a vegan cafe because, again, I have chronic pain and my body's broken. I was at a vegan cafe, and it was a vegan. I didn't know this till I've been into it. It was a coffee cake with a caramel swirl. It was amazing. And so I'm sitting here.
And they hadn't touched it.
I'm sitting here, and I'm watching these two girls, and they ordered a fucking feast. Like, clearly a meal to be Stagrammed.
Right.
I could tell by the type. You know the type that's into the gram, but they don't eat the food?
Mealstagram.
Mealstagram. Thank you.
Yeah, they're vegan not because they want to be super healthy.
A beautiful cafe, beautiful food. It's very picturesque. And they had this slice of cake that just the front. They had just carved out the front. And so the rest of the cake was untouched, untarnished, and it was ready, ripe for the picking.
Yeah,
And
I'm not against that.
I went through the back and I was with my girlfriend Maggie and she gasped. She's like, you can't do that. And I'm like, oh, I'm about to do that. And I explained to her that this is a childhood dream that I am deciding to fulfill right now. And she's like, you know what? I felt the same way. And she judged and then she joined. I don't know if she's going to be mad that I said that she joined, but she joined and she joined hard.
Wow.
And we ended up eating, I'm going to tell you, probably about 80% of that cake.
I feel like there's a
Really
separate.
didn't touch any of
There
it.
must be a separate bucket list for like the fun,
Dumb things?
dumb small things in life.
It was, can I tell you,
Much longer list.
the best cake I've ever had in my life. And I think because it was a little wrong.
It's like when we took those tater tots at the
At the Abbey.
no, at Flaming
Oh,
Saddles.
it's Flaming Styles. Yeah, one time we were out and everyone was watching RuPaul's Drag Race. Eugene brought us, and there was just a table. There was tater tots on the table. I didn't want to go order one, but I'm like, I bet you I could steal one tater tot. It's a victimless crime.
And I said to Zach, if you're gonna steal one, steal two.
It was the scariest thing I've ever done.
And-
I was convinced that she was going to turn and see me. What would you do if you were at a restaurant and someone just came up and stole a tater tot from your little tray?
See, that would be on my bucket list. I don't want to eat somebody's leftovers, but fresh tater tots or fries that you can just slip by and grab one in a drive-by. I mean, how many times have you been walking into a restaurant, someone's just served a delicious plate of food?
Oh my God.
You're just like, what if I just sneak a fry on my way by their table?
Also, Zach and I were in crop tops, and so it's just not only is someone stealing this, a giant man and a tiny man in crop tops stealing your
Looking
tater
hot.
tots.
Can we all agree tater tots #1 potato delivery?
No.
No.
They're really good.
Wow.
I think
Underrated,
surprised.
underrated, but no.
curly fries, I think, are my favorite. The Arby's curly fries.
Oh, Arby's specifically.
Yeah, they're perfect. They're so good.
What's your #1 potato delivery?
I don't know. I love all potatoes, but I don't think tater tots is #1. I think I love them just because they're underrated and
And you
underused.
can pop them. You go pop in your
I think
mouth.
you absolutely gotta go fries. Like thin, salty, like McDonald's fries. You know, it's like really
Too
good.
salty.
Too salty?
McDonald's fries are too salty.
Okay, well, maybe you're not into McDonald's fries specifically,
Too
but like
salty.
Too salty.
the,
Oh,
the thin, salty fries where you just get
Shoestring
a
fries.
bunch.
I would like to
of-
amend my answer. Hash browns.
Hash browns are
Tater
pretty
tots
good.
and hash browns are
The
very
same
related,
thing. Yeah, I have a very clear.
I will have to
like.
say, call me Irish, but I love potatoes so much. I just like a good old little baby roast potato on the side
Ooh,
with
yeah.
herbs and olive oil and garlic.
Oh, really?
Ugh,
Like
yeah.
a whole roast
I want-
potato?
no, just like the baby ones that you had have like next to a
Fingerlings.
chicken.
Oh,
yeah.
when they're
Fingerlings.
cubed.
Well, not with the
Yeah.
cube, the actual smaller potatoes.
Oh,
Fingerling.
oh, wow.
yeah.
Fingerling.
Those are delicious. I just love. Actually,
They're
I
good
dream
when they're prepared
I dream
well, but
about
sometimes
potatoes.
It's too much potato.
Potato chat.
Yeah, no, seriously. I sometimes like half of my tweets in my brain, the drafts are potato related because I'll just sit there and go like, man, potatoes are just so wonderful. And
I've never thought of you as a potato man.
yeah, I love potatoes. I love most foods, but potatoes are just beautiful and perfect.
Potato
and
or what kind of potato is your fave?
Fingerling.
Fingerling?
I was just telling you. Yeah,
I spaced out.
not
for a
even
second.
fingerling, but no, the way that they're prepared, the roasted.
I clearly
the
wasn't
roasted
listening
ones
to
on the
you.
side.
Fingerlings.
Yeah,
I love
Thanks, Zach.
fingerlings.
We're all sitting here listening to you. You won't even listen to. Oh,
No,
you were
I-
probably thinking about hash browns.
Why
huh?
are they called fingerlings?
Because
not-
they look like little fingers.
little fingers?
That's what I
But
would guess.
then why don't they just call the fingers?
Well, they're like fingerlings. They're
Fingerling.
cuter.
Fingerling.
I'm a
Well-
big sweet potato boy.
You know, I used to be, and then I kind of got off the train.
Sweet potato or yams? Because they're actually different.
I have no idea the difference, and we use it interchangeably. What's the difference?
Sweet potato is a white potato that's sweet, and a yam is
Oh.
the orange potato.
Oh,
we
then
think
I
of
like
sweet
I like
potatoes.
yams.
Yeah, everyone likes yams. So if you go to some grocery stores, actually do have the real sweet potatoes, and you'll buy it, and you'll be like, "The fuck did I just buy?"
Oh, wow.
'Cause it's
So you're
like
saying most people say sweet potatoes, but they mean yams.
so yams are in a family of sweet potatoes, but they're called yams.
So
These
it's
are
at Thanksgiving when you get a sweet potato, the orange one. Orange is always yam.
that's yam.
wow.
Wow.
So I like yams.
Yeah, sweet
like yams,
potatoes
too.
are like they look kind of like normal potatoes.
What do they taste like?
like sweet?
Do
White,
they taste like yams?
They kind of taste like sweet russets. No, they taste different than yams.
Huh. You know, it's interesting. I started eating yams because sweet potatoes are the only potatoes that are not nightshades, and nightshades are thought to have inflammatory properties. But I wonder if yams. I wonder if I've fooled myself.
Potatoes have awesome names: nightshade, yam, fingerling. God, wow.
Nightshade, by the way, an incredible superhero name, right?
That'd be Eugene's superhero
There probably
name.
is one called
I'm Nightshade.
Nightshade.
But
what if it really is about the potato superpower and he like hurls potatoes?
He has a potato gun.
No, but it's a superhero who hurls potatoes, who's also a drag queen.
It sounds more like a supervillain.
Because she is throwing shade.
Wow.
Yeah, she's throwing nightshade.
Nightshade.
Oh my god, potato drag queen. That's so funny.
Every like boom batarang she throws has a little insult etched into it. Your makeup's tacky.
Her texts are only eggplants.
Man,
Which I hope is a nightshade. Otherwise, that's a real non sequitur.
everyone go get with your family and friends and talk about potatoes.
A drag queen persona, a superhero persona, is wonderful, except for the fact that it would take you so long to get into costume. You can't just go into a phone booth and swivel around.
Yeah.
You gotta, it's the
It
makeup,
probably takes the superheroes
the pads.
equally long. Those costumes are not.
those spandex.
The spandex?
Oh,
My
unless
God.
you
They're
have
wearing it
on
underneath.
But they'd be so hot.
Speaking of sweating, how does
speaking of
Spider-Man
sweating.
not sweat all the time? He's wearing a full latex suit and then a man suit on top of it.
spiders don't sweat.
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
He's got spider stuff.
Actually, he does
Oh.
sweat. That's like one of his spider senses.
Oh, but spiders can't possibly sweat. Do
He's
they
a spider.
sweat?
That's the man part coming
Can you
through.
imagine seeing a spider sweating?
God, it's
Like, oh god, I hope they don't see me.
Very hot. Coming this summer, a new deodorant, Spider Sweat.
old spiders.
Oh,
Sometimes I do wish I was a spider.
What really?
Yeah, I think they're really interesting creatures.
They're
They
very
they see
interesting.
very weird. They move and so like when you find. Have you ever found a spider and the spider knows you found it and it just suicide dives with its string away from you? It's like, yeah, bro. He's like, oh shit, a giant, and he just jumps off and has his like magical poop string save his life to the ground. It's so cool.
Guys, I'm very excited because we have our first official TryPod sponsor. What a day.
Oh, are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, support for the TryPod comes from Wix.com. With Wix, you can create your very own professional website. Choose a template you love and customize it by adding your own text, images, and videos.
We love videos.
With hundreds of intuitive design features, you can tell your story exactly the way you want,
Sounds
baby.
easy.
If you had a blog right now, what would you have a blog about?
Oh, probably dad blog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can easily start a blog, launch an online store, or create an event. Share everything in a click on social media and drive even more traffic to your site with SEO tools to get found on Google. You know my goal is to get Keith.
Number one Keith on
Yeah,
YouTube.
I want to
on
be
Google.
on Google. If you type in Keith, it first serves you me. Wix has all the tools you need to create the exact website you want. You can even create a beautiful website while listening to this podcast.
Multitasking.
Over 150 million people choose Wix to create their website. Create yours today. You can get started right away simply by going to Wix.com. That's Wix.com. You can use the promo code TRYGUYS to get 10% off. That's dope. That's Wix.com. Promo code TRYGUYS to get 10% off. Thanks, Wix.
Now back to the show.
I will say we're all at this table jealous that we don't have magical poop. If my butt excrement could make
were
art,
magic, what would it be?
oh, I would love to be able to make art with it the way that a spider does. An art that catches my meal.
oh my god, can you imagine a poop web? You just described a poop web.
I can
If
now.
Humans just strung up poop webs.
Wow, that's awful.
I think we need a dedicated web hole on our bodies as humans to have web, you know? A nice big web hole on your, like, kind of like right above your tailbone.
Nah, not if you call
It
it the
would
web
probably
hole.
be where Spider-Man's are, where, you know, you would want to use your hands to manipulate the web. We don't use our feet.
Well, you'd want to, but
Because if it's where you're describing, then humans would like bring themselves up by their butt.
Well, it's like when
Just be dangling.
it's like when dogs scoot across the carpet. We'd be doing that move.
I would just love my poop to, like, make me faster, you know? Like, have you ever been running and you fart and you're like, I wonder if I just gained a little speed?
Speaking of things that you wish you had, a lot of people in the world wish that they had advice, and you guys are triers.
Who are you?
I'm Miles.
Oh my God.
Did we forget to introduce him?
I don't think we introduced him.
I
So.
think you
No,
did
you
at the
did.
beginning.
You did.
Okay, I didn't. I
Keith
maybe I
forgets.
zoned out.
Yeah, Keith forgot who I was.
Miles, what's the next segment?
Well, you guys are try guys. You've tried many things for the internet, and a lot of people out there, they need advice. So I figured now would be a good time for you to offer them their advice. And who better to give advice to than people on the #1 question service in the world,
Ask Jeeves.
Yahoo Answers.
No.
yes.
Oh, I love Yahoo Answers.
So how this
So
is going to
weird.
work is you guys are going to give me a word, could be anything. A noun is preferable. I'm going to type
Let's
that
start
word
with poop
pickle.
for sure.
I'm going to type that word into, well, think about it. Type that word into Yahoo Answers. And I'm going to pull up a question for you guys to answer live on the podcast.
Is this like
that's fun.
Is the idea that like people on Yahoo Answers are asking crazy shit? Like if we say pickle, is it gonna be like I got a pickle stuck in my ass? How do I get it out?
I hope
Most
so.
likely.
Certainly.
Okay.
What about
yeah.
fingerling?
You want fingerling?
I kind of want to know fingerling.
Fingerling.
I think that's
Yes,
gonna be
that
too
could be
specific. I bet you we're
gross.
gonna get a real
What's
question.
the name of this segment?
This is called Yahoo Answering Your Burning Questions.
Nice.
Yahoo
All
Answering.
right, so fingerling, what comes
Burning
up?
Questions.
This question is called Fingerling Help? Question mark. How do you tell what gender a fingerling is? I've got 4 light-colored ones and only 1 dark. So I want to know what's what.
Gender.
Is there a fingerling character in something, or is there a fingerling
I
pet?
think she's talking about
The gender of the potato? Or
Maybe. Because how do potatoes procreate? Do you put a fingerling into
They
another
fuck.
fingerling?
The dark ones fuck the
Yeah.
light ones, and then they have more babies.
This
You-
is
they would
total
probably-
ignorance. I have no idea how you like grow potatoes.
All potatoes like sprout little buds, and
Right, 'cause there's
then
no
they
seeds.
become more potatoes.
So it's just a potato.
So I think the potato is the seed.
So there's no
root.
Yeah, it's the root.
So there's
Yeah.
no. It does. There's no mama and dada. It's just.
Well, the bigger question is the gender of a potato. I don't know if that's something that is.
I would say
Well, plants have both genders.
Right, that's what I thought.
Wait, they have sexes. They don't have genders.
Or
Well,
sexist.
yeah.
Well, they should try to find the penis. Because if you can find the penis, it's a boy, and if you can't, then it's at least not a
boy.
Do potatoes have pollen and stamens?
I don't know, because you'd have to look maybe with the plant that comes out. There's probably a flower. That's
You are
connected
right
to
that
it.
that the spuds or something, and maybe
It's
they
the root.
spit. Maybe they just go.
No,
and
they
then
must
more
have something that
potatoes.
comes above the ground,
Like a
and then
potato-
can flower.
Yeah.
There's potato
They
flowers.
gotta have
yeah.
potato flowers.
Potato gas.
And not just potato flour that you can make not so great bread
So
with.
Basically, we think it's a silly question because we assume that it has both sexes.
I'm
So-
picturing it's like Vileplume from Pokemon, and it just
Yeah.
like shoots a spray that then like dances down on the dirt and
So,
plants more potatoes.
I would just answer all genders are equally delicious.
Ooh, nice answer.
Oh, there we go.
Great.
Nice, nice.
I only eat lady potatoes.
I do love fingerlings.
What are some of the actual Yahoo answers?
only
Somebody
one.
answered, they have different genes. That's why you got 4 light and 1 dark.
Yeah, so
They
that's
don't
still
taste
not
different, right?
sex
So
related.
it's not.
All right.
No. All right. So
what
Ned,
else do
give us a
people
word.
want? Well, I mean,
Now I want to see pickle.
You want to say pickle?
Yeah, pickle.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Is it pickle in the butt?
So this question is labeled
Family show.
Pickled Passion?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Guys, wait, real quick
boy.
before we dive in. What do you think the question's about?
She pickled her boyfriend's penis in a jar, and she wants to know how long it takes for the vinegar to fully replace the water in the penis.
This has to be a pickle used as a dildo, right?
Okay.
I told you guys, and I think you were all mad at me that I think that pickles are not the best pickled food.
Oh, you think like
Yeah, I
carrots
think-
or beets?
But
That
you
would
also
make
just
me
generally
mad,
don't
yeah.
like pickles.
I do now. Growing up, I did not. I despised the smell and even the trace taste of pickle, like on a burger, I couldn't eat.
Pickles are great.
But like a pickled daikon, pickled radish, there's a whole world of pickles out there.
You're gonna look me in the eye and say pickled daikon is better than a pickle.
I'm gonna look you right in the eyes, and I'm gonna say, yeah.
Look in my eyes.
Yeah,
Eugene.
what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey.
hey.
Can we hear the pickle dildo question?
All right.
Absolutely. All right. Lately, my love pickles.
Whoa. My
know.
love pickles?
Mhm.
Good.
She has pickles called love pickles.
Apparently, XD, which I guess is that's like the face.
She's
Yeah,
really
laugh,
laughing
laugh,
at
smile.
herself
Yeah.
real hard.
Oh, I thought it was Disney
so
XD,
that
the
means
streaming
love
service.
pickles should not be used literally.
Lately, my love pickles, XD, has grown into a sort of fetish. So I Googled for exotic types of pickles.
You must mean love for pickles.
And that only fed the fire. So I was wondering if you can make pickled kiwis. How about How about pickled durian? Is it even
Ew.
possible to pickle bananas? And then she left a little text face with like one small eye and one big eye. Whoever can find a recipe of the strangest pickles, keep it vegan. I'll rate you as best answer. XP, XP, XD, XD, XD.
Well,
Wow.
this question.
Clearly, Zach wrote this question.
Yeah, this was made for Zach.
beef.
It just sounds like they're asking about pickled items and the wonderful variants.
Non-traditional pickled items.
But they're asking in a very sexual way.
Well,
They use the word fetish.
I pickle
and
stuff at
love
home
pickles.
a lot.
You do.
Yeah, I'm Korean. Kimchi is
Kimchi is pickled.
yeah.
Yeah, I think kimchi's better
That
than
might
pickles.
be better than actual pickles.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give you
pickled
that.
peppers recently, which is funny because isn't that a rhyme?
Pickled peppers.
Peter
Peter
Piper
Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers.
Pickled carrots, pickled onions.
Well, let's talk because you're talking. Those are all pickled veggies,
Yeah.
and I don't think that a pickled fruit would work. It's too mushy,
Oh,
and it's the sweetness and the acidity.
Right. How are you going to make a green apple even more sour?
Oh, actually, fuck. You say that. An apple, I think, is the only fruit that would work because of the crispness.
Mm.
You just landed on the one that I think I could tolerate.
Yeah, I don't know. If
Be a lot.
they're all so wet, and the whole thing about pickling is that the process is basically the vinegar eats away and like replaces the water
Is that what happens?
and it weakens it.
It eats it.
It's acid.
It eats it.
It's a very low acid, so it doesn't eat it. But there is some sort of like chemical process where the vinegar is actually replacing eating the sugars or something like that. And that's why also the texture, like obviously a cucumber versus a pickle is much more tender, right? It's been tenderized from the pickling process. So
I have a dumb-
strawberry, which is already
it'd
the
be a
weakest
mush.
fruit. You can just squeeze the fuck
Yeah.
out of that with your hand.
You would need like a tougher fruit that has less sweetness.
Like an apple.
or a melon.
Like a
melon,
durian.
Honeydew,
watermelon?
maybe? I don't know.
This is a dumb question.
Oh,
but
watermelon would be awful. That would be awful.
It would just be a vinegar bomb.
Yeah.
when you pickle things, it's always the same. Like the difference between different types of pickles is just the base cucumber that changes the flavor, or is it different types of vinegar?
No, it's the spice that's with the vinegar and the different types of vinegar. So pickling spice
I
is
don't
a
know.
thing.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, it's kind of like corned beef.
I'm such a failure as a Jew. I should be the pickle
Wow, for someone
god.
who loves all the pickling, you don't know much about pickling.
I'm telling you, I'm very new to the pickle world. I was a very picky eater for all my
you
childhood.
should try it.
Well, looks like we're in a predicament.
Thanks, Dad. What was the one you wanted for the next question?
You want sweat, right?
Oh, something about sweat.
All right. This question is called "Why Does Sweating Turn Me On?"
Oh, yeah.
Yes, that's what we were waiting for.
No.
That's right.
That's the promise of this segment. Is we're gonna get some weird sex stuff.
Yes.
This guy I know and like sweats easily after we get done doing a play. It turns me on for some reason. A thought that runs through my head is feeling him sweat while we're,
Wow.
even though we probably won't ever get the chance. But still, when he sweats, I can't help but be turned on. Update. Then it's like you use the update function.
Uh huh.
And I know I'm gay, lol. That's why it's always a guy that turns me on.
Okay, so it's a guy. Okay, you know, actually, that makes this a little less surprising to me.
That guy is attracted to another guy sweating?
Yeah. So we made a video a couple years ago where we did a pheromone test. We all wore shirts. We wore it to sleep for like 3 nights in a row.
Yeah, something like that.
And we hung it up on clotheslines and invited friends and coworkers and just a bunch of people, some strangers, to just come and smell our shirts and tell us whose smell they were most attracted to. And what I found interesting is that there was like Keith had the most polarizing opinions because you sweat the most, as we've established. And so I think you had the strongest scent. And there were some people that were like, oh, no, I don't want that. And then there were some that were like, oh, yeah, this is a man. And I want that. And I discovered through that video that there's a group of people that they crave that scent, the strong scent.
The stank.
And there was a common denominator that it seemed to be not 100%, but there was like a faction of gay men who were like, yes, this is the smell that I crave.
Oh, that's the reason that you're using is this anecdote of
I'm trying to connect it. Oh, your answer is because you're
it makes sense that the person asking the question is gay because we did this one
From
thing
our
one
field
time,
study.
and there happened to be
From our
slightly
field
more
study.
gay men from our office that preferred Keith's.
Yeah, we did a
singing
science.
shirt.
We did a
Technically-
scientific study, and in that scientific study, the data showed that there was a faction of
He's
gay
right.
men who craved this sweaty smell.
He's right.
I'm
It
a
was
scientist.
Science, bitch.
Well, I'll give it a cultural perspective real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm coming from a scientific perspective, so please share.
Yeah, I mean, I think overall, and it's not necessarily anything to do with genes or people's actual. I mean, we're conditioned to feel like certain things need to be clean.
Fuck, wait, hold on. Keith
wow.
just lifted
Pit
his arm.
stain update.
It's been about 30 minutes since we started.
Keith
Size
just.
of a hamburger patty.
Oh, bigger than that. I'd say it's like if you cut a softball open and laid it flat.
I mean, it's like one of those Bubba's burgers.
Yeah, it's like a big old hamburger
And
patty.
this
fact-
is us sitting in place.
In fact,
a
it might
slightly
even
warm room.
be bigger because it's gotten to the edge of the sleeve.
right? We're going to have to extrapolate.
I'm sorry, Eugene. Please continue.
Sorry, that was my armpit moment.
Yeah, the guy who wrote this Yahoo question is probably really attracted to Keith right now.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that only gay men like it. Like Keith, your wife Becky, we know loves your scent.
Well, she actually loved the scent of the deodorant I used to use.
Oh no,
She does
that's
not
heartbreaking.
like my scent.
But
Actually, I have less of a scent now than I did then
because you've
because
been
I switched to a natural deodorant.
well because she used to wear. Does she still? She wears your shirts to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Am I allowed to call that out? I think it's very endearing.
Yeah.
She loves how Keith smells.
Well, this guy's mainly talking about sweat, and I'm sure someone in the comments is going to talk about pheromones, which scientifically now has been said that it's really not a thing. It's like a pseudoscience, right?
But but that's the idea that you can be like on a subconscious, like on the pheromone level, you are
Yes.
attracted. But I think you can still be attracted to someone's smell.
Yes. So if we're talking about smell and not pheromones, if you're talking about gay men in particular, like that test, they weren't attracted just to the sweat.
No, of course.
More of them are attracted to literally man funk.
Yeah.
Like the bad smell. Like the smell that you guys would be, and a lot of women out there have been conditioned to say that I don't like that smell.
It's a little spicy.
Because you guys know how they smell, and they know how they smell after they sweat. So it's just sort of more within the culture that they be open
Like
to.
salt water that's gone bad.
Yeah. But I would say this guy, I mean, let's face it, when you think someone's attractive, generally when they're sweating, you think they look hot because they're exerting energy.
Was I reading into this question? Maybe I assumed sweat smell, but they just like the look of sweat.
Yeah,
maybe.
the glisten.
They just like how this person was sweaty.
Maybe
Especially
it's
after a
related
play.
to that psychology thing where if you like something and you're really turned on by something, you like don't see the bad parts. Like they talk about that with like sex a lot. Like
Yeah.
where sex is like objectively, if you weren't having sex, it would be maybe kind of gross because there's like, you know, you don't really like gooey stuff in other aspects of life, but because like you're like really into someone and you're having sex, then it's like you don't see any of the nasty stuff. You just are like, I'm into it.
Yeah.
So maybe this person is looking past how sweating is nasty and just thinking about being with that other person after the hot, steamy theater production
Of
Fiddler on the Roof.
Fiddler on the Roof.
I've had this thought before where I'll never be hot. I think that I am handsome. I think I'm attractive. I think I'm cute. But to me, the definition of hot.
Wow, Zach.
Yeah, I think very highly of myself. To be hot, you have to look good sweaty. And I do not look good sweaty. I look like a dying tomato that someone taped hair to. It is like I'm melting, I'm hyperventilating. There's nothing good about me sweating. Whereas I'm gonna go ahead and bet, Eugene, that you look pretty good sweating.
He does.
I don't think so.
Oh, I think you do.
I think sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. I think there's sometimes like, I mean, like Hollywood makes sweating sexy, but like if you're
Dwayne
really
The Rock Johnson
sweaty,
looks good sweating. In fact, his natural state is baby oil.
I mean, but
Yeah.
I mean, when you're at the gym and you see a hot person who's sweating, like it's very attractive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's super
I
attractive.
used to go to the same gym as Charlie Hunnam.
Shut up.
Yeah, I
Who's
will
that?
shut
You were
up.
at a gym?
Yeah.
Charlie Hunnam's ripped.
Charlie Hunnam, he went to 24-hour fitness.
He was probably there for his trainer or something.
He was just there.
Huh.
And actually, it was right after Pacific Rim came out. And
Wow.
me and my friend were somewhat loudly talking about problems that we had with the movie, as I'm wont to do. And then I heard a loud grunt and I looked over and the star of the movie was right there. That was my Hollywood moment. I'm like, oh, okay, noted. I just moved to LA and you have to assume that when you talk about someone, they'll be right there.
Yeah,
You're
it's
an
true.
LA podcast, so you'll occasionally hear celebo citing
Yeah, there's
stories
always
and
celebos.
impressions.
My answer would actually be, it depends on the situation. Because right now, this person posing the question is making it sound like, do I have a fetish for sweat? when fetish and just general attraction towards someone doing something that you're attracted to is very different. So this person could just be attracted to this guy and he's sweating and he's just like, oh, that's hot. Or this guy has a thing for sweat.
Right.
We just don't know because I don't have enough information about this person.
Honestly, what we need to know is what production it was. Keith, these tour rehearsals have been intense.
I'm tired.
My body is exhausted. I mean, when I go to sleep at night, I just hit it good.
You hit it good? You hit it good?
I hit it good.
I hit it good.
I hit it good. Casper Mattresses, they've got these new hybrid mattresses that combine the pressure relief of their award-winning foam with durable yet gentle springs. You get luxurious comfort and resilient support. I'll tell you, after sleeping in it for a couple of nights, I am just out like a baby. I fall on the mattress hard, and I am out like that. And some added benefits of the hybrid collection: you get elevated lift support, increased airflow for cooling, durability for all body types, and enhanced edge support.
Oh, my edges need so much support.
So you're not going to fall off the bed.
That's right.
And even with all of this spring technology, these mattresses still come magically in a box that simply arrives on your doorstep. Right now, you can get $100 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/tryguys and using tryguys at checkout.
There's a whole trial period. And guess how long it is?
How long?
It's 100 nights. You have a 100-night trial period to decide if you like it or not. That's almost a third of a year. That's pretty much the whole summer.
A long time.
That's the summer.
That's the summer.
You can have a summer bed.
Once again, you can get $100 towards select mattresses by visiting casper.com/tryguys and using the code TRYGUYS at checkout. I'm sorry.
That
but
will
true.
change
If
everything.
it
Fiddler
is
on the Roof, this
a
guy
British
definitely...
And then you would see the sweat.
Yes.
Then
Yes.
this guy
If it's
definitely
like
has a
big
fetish.
music, dancing. No, I would say if it's like you're moving
No, if it's
around.
Fiddler on the Roof, it's definitely fetish.
No.
If it's Brigadoon, we got a problem here.
Like if it's something calm and quiet and they're still sweating that much afterwards.
Oh, if he's just sitting there like...
Yeah, if it's like proof.
Well, now
they should be, but that's a different type of
They
sweating.
shouldn't be sweating
Yeah.
that much, so we got two
Oh,
problems.
yeah, they're really in a fetish if it's a proof sweat.
Look, when you're acting, I would say even in the plays where there's not a lot of action, you do sweat because they're intense.
those lights
and you're
are
under lights.
hot.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
I
true.
got
That's
pretty
true.
sweaty
Okay.
in a lot of my shows.
Maybe not just Fiddler.
We were all theater kids in high school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was a fucking
Definitely.
crazy theater kid.
Yeah, I was a theater kid.
But you talking to the vice president of the Scarsdale High School Drama Club right here.
Oh, you're talking to the
Oh, shoot.
president of
Mine's
the
your biggest
Stanton High
role.
School Drama Club.
I wanted the glory, but not the power. I wanted the.
Vice president was always the move.
I'm like, I have no interest in doing any rules or whatever. I'm just vote for me
Yeah,
because
well,
you love me.
The president of the drama club, let me tell you, I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like, no responsibilities.
Yeah, no, mine-
Just a line on my resume for college.
Our president was like responsible for like the rap parties and like all that shit. I'm like,
I
nah.
delegated that to the vice president.
What was it?
Nice.
What was your favorite production you were in?
Oh, that's what you meant by biggest
Yeah.
role. I was
your biggest
always the like comedic side character, or the one that was like I was the villain a lot, or the one that had like more character singing. So I was Ali Hakim in Oklahoma, and the reason I got that role is because I just did a Borat impression, and no one knew what Borat was yet because I watched the Ali G show and the movie hadn't come out yet, and everyone thought I was brilliant. And now I realize it was potentially a little racist because I didn't know what Ali Hakim was, and I assumed he just talked like Borat. I was Bud Frump in How to Succeed in Business without even trying. And I remember there was this one note. It's the first act break. The three leads. It's me, the main lead, and the romantic lead. And it goes like, I will return. And then I'm the last one. And I had to sing in this high falsetto where it was, I will return. And like louder than that. And I just begged the entire time, like, guys, let me mark it. I gotta
That
bring
is
it
so
down.
funny.
And the theater director was like, no, you have to hit that high note. And my voice cracked every fucking time, including the real show. And it was more
that was also my high school musical.
Were you Bud Frump?
No, I was the main guy.
Hey.
But there's also a very hard to note hit when you're singing in the mirror, like with all of the guys, and it's like.
You didn't have good singers at your school, huh?
Oh no! My vocal coach actually said that my facial expressions masked my tonal inadequacies, and I was like, "That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me."
That is nice.
You only had one musical for your whole high school?
No.
No, that was
You
we
had
had
an annual one, right?
we had one
an
big
annual one. I
we
just
had one
didn't have the
musical a
balls
year.
to audition until senior year.
Oh, gotcha.
We had a musical every year.
I
a
mostly did Shakespeare.
serious play, and then a student directed play.
I only did theater my senior year of high school, but I moved to a high school that had 5 productions a year.
Whoa!
So there's the fall play, which I was the Scarecrow in Wizard of Oz,
Ooh,
obviously.
nice.
But it was not a musical version. It was a play version. Very weird.
Oh.
Then I was in the Diviners in the winter play.
I don't know it.
Where I was the pastor who's like the main character. He's like an ex-pastor, but he's like the main like adult lead. And then I was the devil in Damn Yankees in the spring musical.
That's wow.
And then the other shows they had where there was like an alternate fall play that ran concurrent that was like supposed to be more serious and dramatic. And then there was like a freshman play. So which
cool.
which we helped direct. And it was
Guys,
super
fund
cool.
the arts.
It was a really wonderful senior year. I was like in amazing bands and orchestras, and I was in so many plays. I was
cool.
I was first chair of Illinois in French horn for the All-State. I was like my senior year was
all
just,
of Illinois.
for French horn players. Yeah, I was
Whoa.
first chair All-State French horn.
It is
was
funny
crazy.
how, like, in sports, sometimes you can have, like, a freshman or a sophomore that totally, like, jumps to varsity and they're just really good because they're, like, innately good at sports. But in, like, theater, there's always sort of like a politics and a hierarchy. And, like, it's always, like, the juniors and seniors get the leading roles and the freshmen, like, you have to, like, work your way up through chorus.
So the drama of that was that I came in as a senior. And I got all these lead roles, which means other people who've been waiting for their chance. I took their roles, and
That's drama.
I took roles from my friends. All my friends wanted mine.
Eugene,
Drama to drama club.
Eugene.
No, the social
Post
hierarchy,
that
like
cast list.
yeah, in high school, like drama club is the worst. I mean, you know, getting first chair in band, you get it. Someone practiced more. Choir, you have different positions and like leads, but you know, theater is literally who runs up to that list and who did you get after months of preparing to get that role. And then, you know, parents who are richer pay out to get their kids bigger roles. I'm from Texas. This is what happens.
Wait, really?
What?
Yeah, they just like richer parents
yeah.
get like better roles for their kids. So
Oh, that didn't.
That didn't happen in my
Happen.
school.
yeah, I just went to a
thrilling.
huge school. So
Wait,
I
who
was
did they-
Who did they pay?
the theater department.
I permanently bought 2 chairs in
It's
the
just like-
auditorium
it's
for
just, you know,
$15,000.
It's just how it works. Richer
And then
people
what do
always
they
get
get?
a leg
Like,
up, like a bigger role.
Like
For their
how big,
kids.
though?
the kids.
It's just this is across everything.
Like,
in
what's
life.
an example of a role that a rich person would get? Like, I assume
Like
they
the
don't get
lead
the lead
female.
Oh,
like
the
a freshman
leading role.
A
Yeah.
freshman girl got Dorothy.
Yeah,
Oh,
like that type
shit.
of
You know,
stuff.
like that kind.
Yeah,
That's
of course.
fucked up,
Like
man.
that.
But
That's some Aunt Becky shit.
right, I was such a crazy theater and choir and dance kid in high school, and I got a lot of the leads, which was weird because I was Asian and there was no other Asians on stage. So it was like I was Maxwell Smart in Get Smart in this play version.
You guys did a play of Get
cool. I didn't
Smart?
know there
There's
was
a play that
version.
exists. Isn't that hilarious?
Hilarious.
I actually
awesome.
would like walked up at the opening through like people posing as different doors, and then I went into the phone booth and I just crouched down.
It's not a musical.
No, it's a play. It was one of our plays, and they played a secret agent man for the opening and the middle part, and every parent came up afterwards and said, "I cannot believe they changed that to secret Asian man. How much did that cost? That is so clever." And we were just
I
like,
wanna die.
I
I
wanted
wanna
to die
die right
every
now.
day. I mean, I did well. Another thing was
But answer. How did they change the lyric to Secret Agent?
You know, we've
Yeah,
spent
that-
that's
that
where
cost
all
us.
the money went, and it's funny because we had a struggling arts program because of football in
Yeah, I
Texas.
bet.
But we also did a 1-act play where everyone was Irish, right? It's called By the Bug of Cats. We had an Irish dialect coach come in. I was the only one who committed to the accent out of a full stage full of white people. So it's me, the Asian lead, and the whole it's a crazy dramatic 1-act. Like literally at the end, it's me. My ex-wife comes, murders my child, burns down my barn. My new wife he slits her throat, and I'm like literally on stage for 30 minutes straight, bawling my eyes out in Irish accent. And everyone around me is like coming in like, "What's wrong, man? What's wrong, Kilbride?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, exactly." And then 2 other fun stories.
So sad.
The only times I got brought to the principal's office is we have these like essential like talent shows at the end of the year that you do through choir and theater that you put on whatever you want and you submit. So both my junior and senior year, I was cited. I got citations because one year I did Cell Block Tango from
Chicago.
And they gave me a list of things I couldn't do, which was clothing has to be appropriate. You can't say screwing the milkman. You have to say seeing the milkman. You can't say spread eagle. You can't do any dance moves like a spread eagle.
And you can't spread your eagle.
I
on
choreographed
stage.
this with like, all us 17-year-olds. And then, right when I was doing it, I was just like, you're going to fucking spread eagle. You're going to say spread eagle.
Yeah.
You're going to say screwing the milkman. You guys are going to hump on stage. I got in so much trouble.
And you haven't changed one bit.
Haven't changed since.
And it won state.
When we
it was the best thing in that show.
when we hosted the Steamy Awards earlier this year, which is the Oscars of the internet, and we had our whole song was about goatsy. Which is an old internet meme, if you don't know, about a spread butthole. But they were fine with everything, but the one thing they were not okay with was a dance move where we bent over and kind of...
we just put our hands on our butt. It was like...
So tame, actually, compared to how vile the song was.
Clearly, they had no idea what goatsy was.
I think they only
never would have
Googled
let us
it
do
when
that.
it was like our dress rehearsal 30 minutes before we were going to go on
That's
stage.
how you get by censors, It's classic. It's like the Czech New Wave under communism.
What was
they did
that?
subversive stuff, but it was hidden.
Hey, Miles, speaking of
didn't
butts,
know
can
that.
you Yahoo answer real quick? Hamster?
Oh, God.
That's the first word that came to my head.
While he looks for that, did you guys ever have stage kisses in drama club?
No, I never got to do a kiss.
My first kiss was on stage.
My
first kiss ever was on
not
stage.
mine. But I did a stage. I did a stage kiss with someone, and me and the girl, I just felt so weird about it. So I'm like, should we practice?
It's the least sexual thing.
Oh, it wasn't for me.
Really?
Yeah, it was so exciting. Are you kidding me? And so we kissed backstage to practice, and I was like, wow, this is the greatest. I'm living the most wonderful life. But I didn't understand that you weren't supposed to use tongue because I didn't know what kissing was. And I didn't know the difference between a stage kiss, but I found out very quickly when
You stuck your tongue in her mouth?
No, I thought it was going to be normal kissing, and it wasn't.
Well, it depends on the play.
Mm-hmm.
Would you find a hamster?
When you said it like that, you made it sound like I'm gross. I didn't know what I was doing.
You were a child. Children don't know how to kiss. It's not your fault.
My first
Children
kiss.
kiss like,
yeah, they're so
oh,
bad at
I
kissing.
tongued the microphone. I'm so sorry.
This is your mic forever now.
This is my
Yeah,
mic
geez.
forever.
I do remember my first kiss had a lot of teeth.
Ew.
It wasn't my
Oh.
doing.
Hmm.
I was upset with it.
I searched the word hamster and I got a question. How to tame a hamster? Question mark. The message reads, are robo hamsters a good hamster? I know they are quick, but do they still make a good pet? Also, are black bear hamsters a good hamster?
Oh, robo must be a type of hamster. Can you Google robo hamster?
I was assuming a robot hamster.
thought it was
and
a
I'm like, I
robot
have no
hamster.
patience for this question
I'm just
whatsoever.
thinking of the guy from Overwatch that's a giant hamster in a mechanical ball.
They are Roborovsky dwarf hamsters.
Oh, of course, there are different types of hamsters.
Yeah, there's breeds.
You ever own a small rodent type?
Sure
pet?
did.
Sure
we
did.
owned
Yeah.
hamsters,
Hamsters.
gerbils, and the weird thing about the hamster was we thought we bought a boy hamster. Turns out 9 months later, or whatever the gestational period is for
Not 9
hamsters,
She popped
she
out the babies.
had like a litter of 6 tiny hamsters. And we were
Whoa.
like, oh no,
What
what
did
do
you
we
do with
do?
them?
So, a lot of them like died.
Yeah.
They don't. That's why they have litters.
Yeah.
Did you? Did
We
you
were
have
real
like the
sad.
space station that like with all the tubes that went
all
to
the
different?
tubes that connect, and it's like a thing that spins.
I have a morbid question.
Yes.
With rodents, how did they all die?
Oh,
I think ours died just of a heart attack when the cat jumped. It was like next to. I'm not kidding. Like we just found the hamster's dead in this horrified looking position, and
From fear of your cat?
we really think the cat just fucked with him.
That's
Wow.
so sad.
I can't remember of any like dramatic stories. I remember we lost the gerbil for like a real long time, like 3 weeks,
Just in the house?
And then my dad found it, had made like a little nest in like some shoes that we don't look at very often.
It was alive.
yeah, it survived
wow, that's
for
amazing.
3 weeks.
Resilience. I bet you that was a robo hamster. They're
Yeah.
really resilient.
Mhm.
They're known for that.
Do you guys know I have a weird thing like for rabbits?
No.
I just think they're so cute.
If you're not watching on YouTube right now, Eugene has the most mischievous grin.
I
There's a-
just think
there's a
they're
glimmer in your
cute.
eye.
I love all animals, but there's something about rabbits that are just, they're so cute.
You're like the queen and the
Hey,
favorite.
What?
Yes, or like,
Don't look at me.
or Lupita Nyong'o and Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's something about rabbits. They're very
Different energy.
They're very
but
like
yeah.
dumb and floppy,
Okay.
but they're so cute.
Well, I'd love to hear more about that, but we just don't have enough time to. But I think we could dedicate a whole whole podcast you just talking about.
No, I think we
rabbits.
should buy an official Try Guys rabbit and have it here. That's what I was leading to, and dress it like Pikachu. And
I would
sound
love
fun?
to buy you a rabbit, but if I were to buy a rabbit, I feel like I would need advice.
And this is a segment that we get advice from the greatest advice giver in America, nay, North America.
Oprah.
No,
Oh,
it's fact. In fact, this advice will go for Miles with Miles Bonsignore.
Good morning, darlings.
what if it's not morning for them?
It is.
Morning
It is.
somewhere.
Do you
Wait, it is.
Like it is morning wherever you
It
are.
is.
It is.
It is.
do you feel like your life is slipping by?
I've felt this before.
Do you want your
Sometimes.
days to last forever? Do activities after work.
Okay. I'll see you guys later.
What type of activities?
Oftentimes people believe that they should just do activities on weekends. It's hard. At the end of the day, you just want to go home and sit in front of the TV. But if you do activities after work, I'm talking rec basketball leagues, going to a bookstore with a friend, getting a juice, doing something active, your day is going to seem a lot longer.
What I love is Miles is counting on his finger, but he's just hitting his one finger again and again. It's just
For example,
Come talk to me after you have a child.
For example,
well, sure, Ned, a child is an activity.
It seems so long.
so what is the example you said?
Okay, so Dungeons and Dragons. That's a great thing to do during the weekday.
Doesn't it take forever though?
Yeah, it takes a long
It takes a
time.
couple hours. You play a session with your friends.
a couple hours.
Gotta get started right after work.
Well, yeah, you got to start. Or I went to, my girlfriend's in a rec basketball league, and I went to just watch her game with a couple of my friends, and it was an absolute blast.
So your advice is just like get a life?
Pretty much. Well, for years, I just went home and I was like, all right, I'm just going to sit and it's nighttime and that's like the end of the day. Let's wind down. But, and you know, you never want to go out. You never want to motivate because you're always like, well, it's just going to become more comfortable. But if you do motivate yourself, you're always going to have a good time leaving the house and doing something.
I will say I struggle
Inspiring.
during the weekdays because like I'm so exhausted by the time I get home that I just want to cook and sit in front of the TV. But a lot of this year has actually been me finding more work-life balance. And so I'm getting home earlier than ever before. Like in the early days of our company and then even going back like when we used to do it all before we had this wonderful team with us, like I was regularly staying to the office until 11, 12, 1, 2 in the morning. So there was no leisure time. And now I get home at like 6, 7 o'clock sometimes. I'm like, what the fuck do I do? So Miles, I actually need this advice.
Yeah.
I need some hobbies.
That's key.
Hit me. What should I do?
We should start a dodgeball team together.
No.
Yes. Oh my
I
God.
don't
yes.
want. I don't
That'd
like
be fun,
it.
Keith.
I want to play games where we're all on the same team.
Well, we are on the same team. We're playing
no,
against
we're
Playing
other
against
teams.
other people.
I want them to be on our team too.
Oh, yeah.
boy.
Because LA is a city where you really don't do much during the week. Like it's not built for that. New York, those are the only two cities in my brain. So the only two cities that exist are New York and LA. In New York, you walk everywhere, so you end up like, hey, let's go to a bar after work. Like that's what you do. It's in the fabric of the city.
Bowling.
Go to a bar after work?
I don't drink.
Hey, we could do a
But we
little
could.
bowling.
Happy
bowling's
hour?
fun. I went bowling the
I've
other
been
day.
doing a lot of miniature golf. That's been my most recent de-stressor activity. It's very silly. As a place, it's like $6 a game up in North Hollywood, and the second game, if you want to play again, is $3.
Wow.
Why don't we just build the mini putt putt in our backyard?
I'm going to make a video at some point where I'm going to build a golf course, a 9-hole miniature golf course in our backyard. Wow. We'll never be able to give it back to the landlord.
Wait, is every hole going to be your face with your mouth open?
No, they're going to be all different.
That's funny.
Different. No,
though.
it's different parts of Keith's body.
Yeah. Oh my God, that'd be so cool. That would be so cool.
Oh, your spider web hole will be the ninth hole. Yeah.
Will there be different like parallel universes of Keith, or just like this is the foot hole, this is the knee hole, this is the web hole, this is the like that.
My brain says the first option, but my heart says the multiple holes option. Yeah.
Can we get a sweat check? Oh, wow,
yeah,
it did.
it's expanded.
It did continue to grow.
It's hot. It is warm in here.
Yeah,
it
we're
is.
going to have to just say that when we do these podcasts back here that people in the front need to bring parkas
Yeah,
because it gets cold up there and we're just going to blast some air back here because
that's good.
it's
I'm so
toasty.
hot.
Well, I guess that's it for us, right? We have a We have a book you can go buy. We're going on tour. We've got wonderful videos. Just come hang out, come see us. So many fun things.
And you've left so many funny secrets in your 5-star reviews. Turns out we're already at the top of the podcast charts, but don't stop leaving those 5-star reviews and telling us those secrets, or else we'll feel like stupid fucking losers, and I don't want us to feel like that.
I don't want to be a stupid fucking loser.
You know, I want to be a super freaking winner.
Well, this has been the TryPod. Until next time, Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Good night, San Francisco. Thanks for listening to the TryPod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.
Can we discuss doing a different ending?
No.
Are we going to end like this every time?
Yeah, every time. Yeah.
Are we sure?
Good night,
San Francisco.